All right. Okay, I think I'm recording now. All right. Yes, I am. All right. So, hi. This is Henry or Sundown or Moomaid or whatever. I don't know. I have so many aliases, and I am joined today for episode 2 of the Sunset podcast by none other than the CEO of the Heat Rising.
Hello.
That's exactly how we rehearsed it too.
Yeah,
That's
bro.
perfect. That's good.
Uh, what's good? Heat Martia or Scott, whatever you want to call me.
Scott,
Um,
honestly, dude, you posted I think it was like a day or two ago you posted that picture on Twitter of like your shoes or something, and
yeah.
I replied to the tweet and I was like, "Damn, I just realized you have a body." Like and
I
like
didn't know what you meant, bro.
and just now how you said or Scott, I it just occurred to me that you don't go by your gamer tag in day-to-day life.
Yeah, well, actually, to be fair, I normally just sit at the back and get on with life,
I know, me
to
too.
be honest.
I spend all my time sitting in the back of my classes, not talking to anybody.
That's true. You're in college now. What you studying?
I am dual majoring in political science and philosophy.
Philosophy.
Yeah, I cause
What isn't that interesting? Expand on that for the viewers. I think everyone would like to hear a bit about philosophy.
well, I don't know. Philosophy has always interested me. In high school, I took AP European history, and
Yeah.
my English or my teacher for it, he was the homie first of all, but he took a huge interest in philosophy, so we spent a lot of time on the Enlightenment and stuff.
Yeah.
And I don't know, it was just so interesting. So we read a lot of primaries, we read a lot of like Descartes and Kant and Locke, and I don't know. I always read that and I was like, damn, this is like profound, which is like exactly the
Yeah.
point of philosophy. And so I I always had such an interest in it too, and but it's completely useless. It is fucking worthless. It will get you absolutely nowhere to have a degree in philosophy. And it sucks because that's what I actually like. Cause like politics and stuff, that's all cool. That's good stuff. But
Yeah,
and that's what I went to college for in the first place. Is I was just majoring in political science,
for sure.
and just to fulfill some credit requirement, I took like a basic introduction to philosophy class last semester, and
Yeah,
I it like reignited like the vigor that I had for it, and I was like, damn, this shit is
yeah,
hard. I got it. I and so I and we had some philosophy guy in the some head of the department or something. He came in and told our class. He was like, yeah, there's a lot to gain from minoring in philosophy, and because even he knows that there's no fucking point in majoring in it,
yeah,
because the only career that you can get with a philosophy degree is teaching philosophy.
yeah. I was gonna say.
Um, so I told, or and so after that class, I had talked to my professor about it, and he was
Hmm.
like, "Yeah, dude." He was like, "Cause he was like, I'm really lucky that I got this philosophy job because philosophy is what I actually liked also." But he dual majored, I think, in philosophy and English, and
Yeah,
he was like, "Yeah, but philosophy was cool, but it helps that it." The philosophy department works with the political science department
yeah,
to make it decreases some of the credit requirements because a lot of them overlap and stuff. So I in that aspect it was only like another two or three philosophy courses, but to warrant the difference between a minor and a major in it.
yeah,
And I was like, well, that's what I actually like anyway. So, and what my professor said too is he was like, I mean, I go to like a real university, right? But it's got like a really high acceptance rate. It's almost a community college. It's not, but it you know.
fair enough.
Um,
Yeah,
and so he was saying, he was like, yeah, because say you take your political science degree and you want to go into law school, for example. He's like, you take that, you go into law school and you have a degree from some whatever school. That's cool. You have the degree, whatever, but it won't look as good sitting next to people who go to Harvard and Yale and get the same
yeah.
kind of major. But he
I
was
feel
like,
that.
but you may have gone to a lesser school, but you can be like, yeah, I majored in this, but look what I also majored in that's very similar, so I know even more
Yeah,
about it. so in that aspect, I figured that it would be a little more beneficial if I dual majored like that.
Yeah,
Um,
I think it's quite interesting that we started with college because since we last talked, actually, I started college. College in the UK is very different to America. I'm pretty sure your college is equivalent to our university. Um, but yeah, I'm doing college at the moment. I'm a bit younger. I do business at the moment in college.
so
Uh,
in the UK,
so
are are college and university two different things?
yes.
What the hell? What's the difference?
So in the UK, um, you stay in education and you stay in secondary school until 16. At 16, you can choose to either get an apprenticeship, which is obviously like a job placement, but you get paid a lot less. You're kind of learning how to do the job.
Okay, it's like an
Um,
intern kind of thing.
yeah, you just get paid a lot less. Um, and then, or you can go to college, which depends what course you do, how long it's going to be. But after that, you go to university. That's basically how it works here.
Okay, so
Um,
you
yeah,
finish like the required schooling at 16.
yeah. But they say you have to stay in education until you're 18, which is why you have to do 2 years of college in or an apprenticeship for 2 years.
Okay, so yeah, cuz like here in the States we have like elementary school, which is like from when you're about
Yeah.
5 to when you're like 11, and then you go to middle
Hmm.
school. Most schools school districts have a middle school where you're like it's like 11
Yeah.
till you're like 14, and then you
That's
go
yeah.
from when you're 14 until you're 18 in high school. And you graduate high school, and you can either go out and join the workforce, or you can be homeless, or you can join you can go to college or university. They're the same thing here.
Yeah.
And yeah, college or university is like the higher, uh, like education level. It's your adult license in the States.
Yeah. I mean, so in the UK, I've heard in America it's a bit different. I heard the grading within school is like you get graded throughout the whole year and it kind of adds up. I could be wrong on that. But in the UK, you basically have one big exam at the end of the last year that determines like everything in terms of your education.
Oh my
You get
god.
one grade for each subject, and that is your overall ever kind of grade.
Is that at the end of college, or is that at the end of the like the secondary school?
That's the end of secondary school. So when you're 16 or 15.
Wow. Okay, so yeah, because we have like nationwide tests that we have to take and stuff that will uh
Yeah,
like we have the SAT and the ACT, and depending on what your scores are on those will
yeah,
depend on how colleges will perceive you.
yeah.
um and
It's
like
kind of similar.
yeah, but like I had what also made an impact was like my grades throughout school, because yeah, we have a bunch of individual assignments throughout the
Yeah.
semester, and we even do now that I'm in university. And we have some like little assignments they'll be worth like 10 points apiece. We'll have
Oh, I see
essays
that.
that are worth like 100 points apiece, and then maybe there's like 1,000 points in the whole semester.
All
And
right.
then usually there's a big final exam at the end of the course
Yeah.
also, but it's your final grade is the average of all of the assignments that you did
Oh,
throughout the
so
semester.
your elementary is pretty similar to like how I do college with the assignments throughout the year, and it kind of equals an overall with the odd test. Um, yeah, no, in secondary, we didn't have assignments. We had like homework, but like it doesn't go towards anything. Um,
Okay.
if if you if you don't do it, then you get like detention or something. But teachers don't actually care about the homework. Realistically, they're probably gonna throw it in the bin.
Yeah, that's what I always thought is I
Mm,
spent a lot of time in high school not doing homework, um,
yeah, that's me.
and it it didn't impact my grade tremendously because usually homework is only worth 5-10 points a piece, and I would be
Yeah.
willing to miss 25 points on homework assignments in a unit and then just get like a 95 on the test. That was
Yeah.
always that was like my whole philosophy is I was like, I don't care about the little homework assignments. I don't need to waste my time with that. I'll just
Yeah.
I'll just do really good on the test because I know I'm smart enough to pass it. Um,
For sure.
and I did. What helped a lot too is my freshman year of high school, like my first year. I was such a dork throughout all of high school. I'm so much fucking cooler now than I was. And I was, uh, especially my freshman year, I had a lot of like honors classes, and like I was like honor
Yeah.
roll, super good student. And I think I finished my first year of high school with like a 4.2 GPA or something insane. It was like totally like insane. And then I rode that 4.2 through
Yeah.
the rest of high school. I think because then
Fuck.
my sophomore year I finished and I still had like a 4.0 or something. And then
Mm.
I just kind of rode that, and I think I graduated with a 4.0 because I did really good freshman year, and then I was able to slack
Yeah.
off the entire rest of high school. Um,
That's the
yeah, so if there are any like little like or like younger viewers, that's how you get through high school is you bust your ass the
yes,
first
sir.
year and then you don't try because usually it's about junior year, like your third year of high school. That is
Yeah.
when like real life will hit. All your friends will start getting
Mm.
their license. People will start having cars. Um, you'll start getting invited to parties. Um, all this stuff. You'll start making like real friends.
Yeah.
You'll get introduced to like, hey, dog. You're some people who you thought were like you're so cool. Like they're gonna start smoking weed, and people are gonna start
Yeah.
drinking, and just all of that. And then like along with that, usually when you're 16 is when you'll get into like your first actual relationship.
Yeah.
And so you'll deal with that. You'll deal with depression for the first time ever. A lot happens in your junior year of high school.
For
Um,
sure.
and for me, junior year of high school, that's I think you turn 17 in your junior year of high school. So yeah, it's insane to me that like my sophomore year of high school would have been like the end of your school.
Yeah. I like it a lot how it is in the UK, to be honest, because honestly, I feel like for people like myself who like feel like education isn't like for them, like the system doesn't work, it's a bit better than how the US sounds. Although it doesn't help you a lot still, I think it is a lot better because there's a lot of people I see within secondary who you kind of just know they'd be a lot better in a work environment compared to like a school environment. Like you see them getting like picked on for like stupid things, but like they're actually all right people. So they'll just be better in a work environment. So I think it's a lot better that you can do that at a younger age, get some experience in that. To be
Yeah.
honest.
Yeah, cuz when I was 16, I didn't get my license till I was 17. I didn't
Yeah.
cuz you have to get your learner's permit and then have it for a year before, at least in the state of Colorado. It's different depending on what state you're in. But
Mm.
you have to get your learner's permit and have it for a year before they'll let you get your license.
Jeez.
And most people, you're eligible to get your learner's permit when you turn 14 and a half, I think. And I
Jeez.
I was such a dork bum. I was a bum. I didn't get my learner's permit until I was already 16. I'd been 16 for 2 months before I got my learner's permit.
Mm.
So I couldn't even drive until my the summer before my senior year of high school.
Yeah. So when were you able to drive? Like when did you get a car?
Well, that was the dumbest part is that most people in high school dealt with like this problem where like, yeah, I have my license, but I don't have a car, like, hey, you want
Yeah.
to hang out? Yeah,
Insurance is
maybe,
hella expensive.
yeah, like maybe mom will let me take the minivan out tonight. We'll see if I can hang out.
Mm.
But I didn't have that problem. I think after my freshman year of high school, we saw this listing in the Thrifty Nickel. It's like this little, I don't know if it's nationwide. I have no idea. But it's like this little like newspaper where all it is advertisements for like local
Right.
stuff that you can buy. and there was an ad in it that my dad found for a 2005 Dodge Neon, which is just like a little compact car,
Yeah.
and the guy was asking $3,500 for it, and
Mm.
it only had 9,000 miles on it,
Fair.
which was like insane. That's like buying a new car.
Yeah.
So my dad like leaped at the opportunity, and he called the guy, and he was like, "Look, I can get you $3,000 in 20 minutes." And so the guy was like, "All right, deal." So boom, I was 15, and we bought a car that
Jeez.
was going to be mine.
That's fire, man. That's fire.
I know exactly,
Like,
and so I even had a car lined up. So it always makes me so mad that I didn't want to drive. I was just like scared of
mm,
it and stuff. So I
I'm like that. Yeah.
yeah. So I never drove. I never and So I waited until after I was 16, got my permit. Then when I was 17, I just got to start driving that right away.
Yeah. Fair enough. I
Um,
still don't have a license. And yeah.
if I'm not mistaken, you're a couple years younger than me, right?
Yeah. Yeah. For sure. Yeah.
Um,
Let's leave it at that, huh?
um, but yeah, cause I
Younger
don't
than I sound.
well, I feel like that's the case with a lot of British people I talk to be honest. Everybody over there
It,
sounds so much older than they are.
it depends where you're from, to be honest. A lot of areas kind of had deeper voices, I feel. You get a few unlucky people, but yeah.
Okay, like Allier.
I like Allier, man.
I don't know, I mean, I respect his grind, but I would
Mm.
rather get curb stomps than have to watch a 10-minute video of his.
His
It's
Pokemon Go videos, they slapped.
yeah, those Pokemon Go videos when Pokemon Go was like at its peak, that was the
Yeah,
shit.
yeah, they slapped.
It's
I
crazy.
feel like I feel like it's crazy. We've been talking for like what 20 minutes. We haven't talked about Heat.
I know exactly. Like when you tweeted and you were like, I really want to be on a podcast, and then like 10 minutes went by, and then you
Yeah,
replied to your own tweet and you added me. Um,
I had to get it done.
and I was like, shit, hell yeah, because I'm always looking for people to be on it because
Yeah,
it's just obviously because we're 7 hours apart, it's hard to plan, and usually I'm like, oh, fuck it,
for sure.
I'll just wait until it's 3 in the morning and do it myself. Um,
Yeah,
but yeah, my you had tweeted that, and we DM'd about it, and we were talking about some ideas that we had, or what we weren't. We talked about how we were gonna get ideas, and literally the only
yeah,
idea I had was like, I'll ask him questions about Heat,
yeah,
and
man.
then
There's a lot to ask.
yeah, there is, cause I don't know, I was an OG for what it's worth.
Yeah,
I was
that's how we
there.
met. If you don't know, um, and about that tweet as well, quickly. Um, basically, the reason why I added you that if you couldn't tell already, this is a very laid back podcast. It's not one of those ones like Logan Paul's one, for example. It's not like a serious podcast. We're basically just sitting, talking, having a chat like we usually would. Um, and that's basically what I wanted to do to get it started. It's very laid back.
I know, cause it's sometimes it can be fun to like interview these like like, oh, you're like some crazy person or something, but and
Yeah,
then you can have like these exciting moments, start yelling and screaming, but like realistically that's not what people want to just listen to.
yeah. Like it's nice to listen to those here and there. Like I like I forgot his name, owner of Optic Gaming before. His podcasts they slap like interviews. Those go hard, but like it's good to have like the laid back ones here and there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there was a while when FaZe was doing the FaZe cast. I don't know if they still are. I don't really
Mm.
keep up with that whole
No, they
scene.
stopped.
But I remember they did the one episode that they interviewed Lil Yachty on it.
Mm.
And Lil Yachty, I've always been. I never like admit it because everybody fucking hates his music. But I've always been a big fan of Yachty. Well, I
Mm.
shouldn't say always. Really, just in the last couple years, I've grown to like him.
Yeah.
But he, especially like his older stuff, because I admit that he's got I think 4 main studio albums. 2 of them are good. One of them's really good. But the other
Yeah.
one of those 2 is really good. But the other 2 are like dumpster trash. They are like the most brutal fucking albums ever to get through. Um,
Yeah, I don't really like his music, to be honest, personally.
I know, cause he's got like these two different styles where like he wants to be melodic sometimes, but sometimes he wants to be like
Mm.
Mr. Dark. I'm a rapper, and like he's not that good of a lyricist, so it doesn't work real well when he's like I'm a rapper. But when he does like the more
Yeah.
like singing, and he's like my hair be red like a cherry, I'm like, you know what? You're right, Yachty. It is red like a cherry. But he yeah, they did the Phasecast episode with him, and I really like. I found like a lot of enjoyment in that episode. Yeah, I found it honestly. I found it really inspiring, because his whole come up story, he was talking about that in it, and it like blows my mind every time I think about it, because it's
Yeah,
similar to what I wish I had the balls to do. He
for sure.
I think he went to college somewhere in Alabama, and
Mm.
he was going, and he was making music on SoundCloud and stuff, and it wasn't really doing anything. It was just kind of sitting there dead, and nobody cared about it. And he wasn't
Yeah,
doing it that serious. And he was sitting there in class one day, and he was playing like Super Mario 64 on his computer or something. And
of
he was
course.
listening to the professor talk, and he was like, "Dog, why the hell am I even doing this?" And so after that class was over, he just went back to his dorm and then never went to class again.
Gee.
And because he wanted to get up and he just wanted to leave, but obviously his mom was pissed at him, so he couldn't go back
Yeah.
home. He had nowhere to go, so like his only way of saving him at that point was to make music and be successful at it, and he just fucking did it.
Yeah.
That always blows my
That's the.
mind. That
I never knew that story, to be honest.
yeah, it's just I think it's so cool that he had the balls to just be like, you know what, I don't want to go to college, and he just didn't.
Yeah.
And then he was like, okay, well I have to make this music work, and then he just did it. It just blows my mind.
That's
Uh,
quite similar to me, to be honest, because like for me, I despise going to college. It's not for me. I know it's not for me. Um, my attendance isn't too great. Um, I spend most of my time working on heat. It's what I believe in, and it's what I'm gonna do, along with a lot of other things. But yeah, I feel like it's a waste of time for me personally. Um, yeah, it just depends what you're interested in. Honestly, just do what you want to do in life. That's what it's about.
Yeah, exactly. And like honestly, I don't know, cause I have so many conflicting. Um, I talked about it in old podcasts, and then I sampled it in the Best of Movement 2017, which is still my
Yeah.
best fucking video. That's gonna be my magnum opus. But there was like a soundbite in there right before the third act starts where I
Yeah.
was saying like I don't care what I have to do before I die, I will be remembered. I don't care if going to
Oh, I
college and
remember
getting a
that.
degree is the way to do that. I'll do that, whatever. And because I'm in the same boat as you, realistically, I
Yeah.
really don't think I need college. I think you can be
Mm.
successful without it.
Oh, for
Um,
sure.
and honestly, like I hate that because my parents, both of them, my mom went to community college and dropped out, and my
Mm.
dad, he went into the Navy, and he had
Yeah.
really good grades in high school, like similar to me, and he's been drilling it into my head since I as long as I can remember to go to
Mm.
college. It is so important for you. He's
Yeah.
like, because you have to do exactly what I didn't do, and in that
Yeah.
aspect, like I I want to make them happy, but I also
Of
want to
course.
make
Yeah.
myself happy. So it's tough because all they want in the world is for me to go to college, and all that I want in the world is to say fuck that like ball and chain,
Mm.
and then just be at home and spend literally 24 hours a day working on music and working on videos. Like that's what I really want to do.
Yeah. I feel like a lot of people within the community, especially the gaming community, like they have that same exact kind of problem. So like everyone kind of goes through that phase.
Yeah.
Uh, it's
And
rough.
cuz I think deeply about it all the time. I'm like, dude, I should just fucking drop out. But like
Trust me.
I think about it too, and I'm like, well, I still live at home. And my parents, they
Mm.
told me before I went into college, when I was in high school, they were always telling me, they were like, dude, go to college. You can live at home until you're freaking 23 and we will do your laundry and we're not going to charge you for rent. And like that's awesome. That's so awesome. But for
Yeah,
that, the biggest advantage of that is that it's free, and the disadvantage is everything else.
yeah.
Cause it's
Like, I mean, I don't know. For me personally, I'm kind of in a more screwed up situation. Like, uh, if I don't, I pretty much have to pay rent as soon as as soon as I have a job. So maybe 17, 18, straight away. Like,
Jesus.
if I didn't go college, it would have been 16. So, hey,
Yeah, I
hey,
So yeah, I'm really lucky in that aspect, and they fully support me going to college. They try to help me out financially best they can. They don't make a lot of money, but they try best they can.
yeah,
But while there is that big advantage, on the other hand, they definitely believe in that philosophy of, well, it's my house, my rules.
yeah,
I'm
mm,
18 years old. I have nothing but adult ass responsibilities. I have grown
mm,
man responsibilities. And when
yeah,
my girlfriend's over at my house, I'm not allowed to close my bedroom door and shit still.
for real.
Yeah.
Jeez.
So like it's cuz it's really nice that I don't pay rent, and that in that aspect it's
Of course.
awesome. But not I feel like I don't have ultimate freedom.
I
Um
can relate to that in a few ways. Yeah.
cuz yeah, cuz they and they really support me going to college and stuff. And
Mm.
honestly, a part of it too probably is that I've never told them that I make music.
Oh, for real.
Yeah, I've been
Okay.
making it since I was 16, and I've never
Fair
told
enough.
them because well, when I started, I haven't even started. I never even started cussing around them until I graduated high school. Um,
I still don't.
yeah, see, so I didn't want to cuss. I didn't want them to hear me cussing.
mm.
But as now, it's less that and more just this thing where I don't really want my mom to hear me going like, "Yeah, I can make your bitch come better than you can," and like, I don't know. I feel like my mom probably doesn't want to hear her baby saying shit like that.
Yeah, I feel
Um,
that.
but it's hard because anytime that they're home, I cannot record music. I can't really work on it.
Yeah.
So I had to set up my classes in such a way so that I have like free time between when my classes end and like when I either have to go to work or when my parents get home from work. So I have like
Yeah.
this window of like it's like 10 hours a week that I have just all by myself that I can work on music, and that's really all I
Yeah.
have. Um,
I get that. Yeah.
and it makes it really hard. Um,
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
but yeah, um, it's I don't know. I think about that all the time, and like a big part of me does want to move out really bad.
Yeah.
Like really bad. Like when my girlfriend she graduates high school, because she was a year behind me in high school. When we started going out, I was a junior and she was a sophomore.
Mm.
So we've she and I will be together for 2 years in a couple months here. Um,
Hey, let's go. Congrats. Dude. Let's
yeah,
go.
thank you, G, thank you.
I see.
Yeah, and so when she graduates high school, she doesn't know what she wants to do yet because I don't mean it in any
Yeah.
kind of disrespectful way, but she's not like super all-star student like I
Yeah.
was or anything. Um, and she knows that. So she might go to we have a community college that's they have like a really like highly rated nursing program. I guess it's like insanely
Yeah.
hard to get into. Um, but she's thinking she might go there. She might come to the college that I go to. She
Mm.
might do something like that because her home life is a lot more jacked up than mine is. So she would get so much help in federal aid from the government. Like,
Yeah.
oh my god, because I think about that all the time too. Is what makes it so hard to move out is that during the semester I'm paying like $450 to my college every month. Um, just
Oh, that is a point. Another thing. Uh, I should have mentioned that as well. Obviously, you don't have to pay for college here because it's younger. Like we have to pay for university because, like I said, it's pretty similar to your college.
right.
But yeah, college here you won't have to pay unless you're like an adult trying to do a course.
Wow.
Um, but yeah,
I know that sounds like the dream to not have to pay, cause yeah,
Yeah,
I pay an insane amount of money, all the time, and
yeah,
uh, if I could just pocket that extra $400 every month, I think my
yeah,
life would be so much better off. Um,
yeah. I don't even make that. I don't have a job.
yeah, I have a job, and so on top of I have five college classes, which is like a full load. I take
Yeah.
five. I go to college full time. I work like 25 to 30 hours a week.
Jeez, how many
Um,
hours of college do you have a week?
um, let's see. I have five classes, and each of those are 2.5 hours,
Yeah.
split in half. So I have them like two times a week. Um,
Mm.
so whatever 2.5 times five is.
2.5 times 5.
Oh,
Who's good at maths?
oh man, 12 and a half.
12.5.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I take 12.5 hours worth of college
Oh, I
classes.
have I only do business. Well, I have 22 hours of college a week.
Oh geez, okay, so yeah, so is college like more of like a full-time thing, like
Yeah. Um.
other
Yeah.
schooling?
Yeah. Pretty much similar to like secondary school. But obviously the times are very varied. You've got more free time. You get to go out on your breaks. Um. And you get longer breaks as well. But
Okay.
so yeah, it's kind of like your college, except from probably more hours.
Yeah, because college has a lot more free time, than high
Mm,
school did. Because high school was, it was 7:30 to 3 o'clock, 5 days a week, and then
7:30 to 3 o'clock. Oh, yours was worse than mine. I had like 8:40 to 3:30.
yeah, it was hell. It was terrible. I used it. Oh, God, I hated it.
Yeah,
Um, and middle school was the same hours, but then now in college, I go into like on Mondays and Wednesdays I go into class. My first class starts at 8 in the morning, and I get
jeez,
out of class at 10:40, and then I have the whole rest of the day to myself.
that's good. That is so good. I was gonna say that's bad because I thought you started at like 8 and you had to do the whole day, but no, that's all right.
Oh,
Um, like
I had one of those days last semester, and it was hell.
Yeah, no, I have no 8 a.m. ones because basically as well my college is um about a 45-minute walk, or I take the bus, so it's about a 15-20 minute bus. Um but yeah, my lessons are normally like roughly around 10 a.m. to half 4.
Okay.
Um so yeah, I leave my house about half 9 and then get back about half 5ish or 5. It kind of depends the day really.
Yeah, it
But yeah,
depends on
that's not
traffic
rough.
and stuff.
Yeah,
Um,
for sure.
yeah, like I live on like the far south side of my town. Like I didn't really realize
Yeah.
until I started working. I deliver pizzas, and really once I
Cool.
started driving all over the city, that's when I realized just how far south I really live.
I think I think I think that's a thing with everyone, to be honest. Like you never actually realize where exactly you are in the world until you reach a certain age.
Yeah,
Like
like
yeah.
yeah, I hit an age. I hit like I graduated, and then the real world came, and then I
Mm,
realized cause like I live on the far south side of town, and my
yeah.
university is pretty far north. It's not quite on the north side, cause the city is expanding north pretty rapidly, um,
Yeah.
but it's definitely north. It takes me like maybe 30 to 40 minutes to drive up there every day,
Yeah.
and
Mm,
between that and delivering pizzas, it's freaking horrible for my car. Um, but
yeah.
yeah, I have to. So I drive like half an hour up there every day, and it's such like a ball and chain. It's like honestly, like that thing, the stupid university is keeping me grounded in this city. I don't even want to live here anymore. I so badly just
I
want to
feel it.
pack up and leave. Um,
Yeah.
but my
I I'm the same, to be honest. With England as well. Such a cold place. And like it really affects your mood. You realize it when you move to like a very cold area, how much like the sun, without the sun, it affects your health. It really does.
Yeah.
Um, it's crazy when it's the summer. Like you're completely different. You're completely different to like any other seasons, and most of the time it just rains here. It's windy. So yeah, I kind of just need to get out of England, to be honest. It's a great place, but yeah, it's not really one for living. I'd prefer to be brought up here like I was, but when you're older, I think it's good to move out because yeah, it's not great on your health, to be honest. Like I said,
Yeah.
uh, but our education system's better, so yeah.
Yeah, cause I pay like immense amounts of money, cause like I'm basically like throughout like during the semester I'm paying a full rent payment to my college
Yeah.
every semester, and just that cripples me, and I can't move out then because my job, they give me a lot of hours. I like it a lot. The money is good,
Mm,
even despite what I'm about to say. The money is not terrible. Um,
yeah.
Minimum wage in Colorado just this month, it got raised to fucking $12 an hour, which is
$12 an
that's
hour.
insane because there's other states um, where the minimum wage is like 8.70 and stuff. So
Yeah.
like when my parents were when they were in high school, I think minimum wage was like $4 an hour, and
Yeah.
just in like 25 years, it's jumped up to um, 12 an hour. Um, but I make or 12's the minimum, but because I deliver
Mm.
pizzas, so I'm a tipped employee, I get 9 an hour.
No,
Plus,
no, no, that's good.
yeah, 9 an hour plus tips. So after the plus tips, it evens out to like maybe 13, 14 an hour.
Yeah.
But it depends heavily on good business. It's not like I deliver for fucking Pizza Hut. I deliver for like like a local chain.
Yeah.
There's three stores in this whole city, and
Mm.
there's three stores here, and then there's one store in New York, where
Mm.
the business originated, and those four
Yeah.
locations are the only stores that exist. So I it's much more low key. So I work a lot. I get a lot of hours, but good
Yeah.
business. It's not like Domino's where you'll get a million deliveries every night because it's this huge corporate conglomerate that is
Yeah, I
always
get that.
busy.
Yeah.
We have slow days. Like today, I worked like 10:45 to like 4:15, and
Yeah.
it was I think in sales we'd made about $500 in sales, and
Yeah.
usually on a Friday at that time, we do like 800 to 1,000, and we only
Gee.
did 500. So it time like crawled. It was horrible. But because it's so slow,
Yeah.
the tips aren't as good because you don't get as many customers. So I
Yeah.
rely so heavily on good business. So the only way that I get a successful shift is to have to bust my ass and be really
Yeah.
busy, and that's not up to me.
Yeah.
That's
It sucks.
totally I like it's up to fate.
Yeah.
Um,
In America with a minimum wage as well. Um, do you have like different sections for minimum wage? Because like over here we have like a different price for 16 to 18, 18 to 20, and then I think it's like 25 and over. You have like different prices, like minimum wages. Do you have that
um,
in the US?
Kind of. I think that technically, according to Colorado law, anybody under the age of 16 doesn't legally
Mm.
have to be paid minimum wage at all. They can get paid whatever.
Oh,
But
that's different.
a big part of that too is that
Yeah.
like you can't like legally work
Wait.
legally be a taxed employee until you're 16.
Oh,
So if you're anything below that, it's usually like your dad runs a business and you have to go help him out
yeah.
also or something, you know? So for the most part, it's just minimum wage is what it is for everybody. So
Yeah.
if I was 18 or if I was
That's alright.
45, minimum wage would be $12 for me.
Yeah, I just looked up what it would be like 18 to 20 here because you said it's $12 for you there. If you're 18 to 20 here, our minimum wage is like $8, 12
Oh
Yeah.
wow. Is that based on like the region you live in, or is that like nationwide?
No, no, like in the UK, it's all the same wherever
Okay.
you are.
Oh wow, okay. Yeah, there's a
Yeah,
it's definitely it's up to states here for a lot of things, not just minimum
yeah.
wage, but um,
America's stupid,
yeah,
so like,
founding fathers believe pretty strongly in states' rights, as do I,
mm,
because I believe in a lot more individual freedom. You should get to do whatever you want, but
mm,
to a certain extent, it like tears it. You will totally tear down everything,
yeah,
because like before the Constitution, there was no central government, and it was just states' rights, and then every state had their own commerce.
yeah.
So like nobody's money even like was equal to each other and stuff. Um, so
That's
now,
weird.
yeah, right. So it's crazy that I can work. Say I work a 40-hour work week here, $12
Yeah,
an hour. That's $480 before tax. I can,
gee.
and then if I go out to like Missouri, like where Taco lives, um,
Yeah,
I go out there. I think minimum wage out there is like $8 an hour.
yeah.
So I
That's
work a
weird, bro.
40-hour week, and I'm only getting $320 before tax.
That's crazy.
But then that
Shout
also,
out Taco, by the way.
yeah, shout out Taco. Taco's the homie. I'm still fairly close with him.
For sure.
The biggest reason that we talked a lot still was because we had a Snapchat streak, and then
Yeah,
he quit having streaks the other day.
gee. Yeah, screw streaks.
I know I don't do streaks. I have like every now and then I do a streak with my girlfriend, but it's usually
Yeah,
accidental because she thinks they're dumb also.
yeah, yeah. Nah, I'm not on that. I've never been a lover of Snapchat, to be honest.
I don't know. Me too to a certain degree. I think it's really easy to waste your time on it, but I don't
I
know.
don't see the point in it, to be honest. I feel like its use is pretty irrelevant. I feel like other social media apps like have the same kind of uses, like to an extent. Like obviously, with Snapchat, like things disappear, which is kind of its unique thing. Like you can send something and it's gone. Um, but no, I feel like it's too similar. Like there's no use for it, in my opinion.
Yeah, and
Besides,
you know what's funny about that is that I felt this same way like a couple years ago. I was like, dude,
yeah,
Snapchat is a waste of time. And as I've gotten older, like that's where all my group chats with my friends are. Um,
yeah,
like
that's the same with a lot of people, to be honest.
like in like as we modernize and get more and more into social media and stuff, people don't
Yeah.
like when you like say for instance you walk up to some girl at Starbucks and you're like, "Hey, let me get your number." You don't say, "Let me
Mm.
get your number." You say, "What's your
Yeah.
Snapchat now?" That's like the thing. Um,
Yeah.
and so it's I don't know. It's weird because like I agree. I think Snapchat is retarded. There's so many things I don't
Yeah.
like about it, but I like put up with it because that's where all my friends are. That's where my girlfriend's at. That's where everybody's at. So
Fair enough.
I have to at this point. I have to. I
Adapt. Yeah.
I had to adapt, or I was gonna be socially completely left behind.
Yeah. Twitter's where it's at though. Twitter's the best social media app there is.
I think
Like.
Twitter is the best if you have like a an internet. If you have a
Yeah.
reason to be on the broader internet,
Yeah. I
Snapchat
get that.
Snapchat's like the new Facebook. It's great for just you and your friends.
Mm.
Twitter is much more for like a broader audience, I think.
Yeah. I don't mind Instagram. I think it's alright here and there, but
I know Instagram.
overrated.
Instagram's really easy to waste your time on too, so I don't even have it installed on my phone anymore.
Oh, for real.
Um,
Fair
for
enough.
for the longest time, I didn't have Twitter installed either because I knew that
Rough.
uh, I was spending more time on Twitter and I wasn't getting my schoolwork done and I wasn't like getting
Mm.
music done and like videos and like it was getting in the way of my personal interests also.
Yeah.
So even now I spend like maybe 30 minutes a day on it if that. I try and stay off it as best I can. I just go on there just to maybe hope I get a notification cuz
Yeah.
I don't get shit. It's the most dead Twitter account ever.
I mean, hey, hey. I got nothing to say.
I know. Didn't you just hit like 900 followers a month or two ago?
I've been on 900 for ages. I'm not moving because at the moment, like, I haven't been doing my own thing in ages. Like, my whole thing's just been heat, heat, heat. Like, I don't do my own kind of personal thing, which I used to do, which is kind of how I got my following in the first place. Um, but yeah, I've got something coming up soon, hopefully in a couple of months. It's just taking a long while to prepare for.
Is it
But
something related to more you and less to Heat?
yeah, it's my own thing, completely me, and I'm hoping it like broadens like the viewership for Heat as well. I think obviously what I'm doing as well is something completely different to gaming as a whole or anything like that.
Okay.
Um I'm basically doing photography. Um at the moment I go to London here and there. Um every few weekends. I go down to London with a few people in Heat actually. Um
Oh, that's what's up.
and yeah, I do some photography down there. Um, it's pretty dope. I'll send you some stuff after the podcast, and obviously I'll be announcing that on my Twitter soon when my Instagram's up. I'm gonna go hard on that. I've got a few contacts within photography as well within London, so
Oh, yeah, that'd be dope.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
gonna be dope. I got some. I'm gonna be making videos on it as well. I'll expand on that
Okay.
probably after this call because I don't want to go over that in call.
I know you already just dropped the big teaser right there, so.
Yeah, but like it's more than what I've said basically. Photography makes it sound very boring compared to what it is. So,
Yeah, I'm sure that. Yeah, because anytime that something takes a couple months to prepare, it's hard to put that into words, you know.
yeah,
Because
for
like even,
sure.
I mean, this is gonna be me sounding like I'm sucking my own dick here, but like the album that I'm working on, it's like
Yeah,
I'm working like really hard, and it's definitely like every song that's on it. I have a lot of features on it. Nobody will have
yeah.
ever fucking heard of them, but they're all fire. Um, and
Come on.
I have like all this. I'm putting a lot of work into it, and it's
That's dope.
definitely gonna be like the most ambitious kind of cohesive project that I've ever made. Um,
Yeah, I'm really
but
excited for that actually because like I've listened to like your beginning pieces and like I'm just looking forward to seeing you improve because obviously you've only just been in this for not that long to be honest. Like you
yeah,
said you've been rapping since like 16, but like in terms of releases, you haven't released like a whole lot of like music. So yeah, I'm
yeah,
just looking
because
forward to you improving, bro.
when I was in junior high,
Mm.
I used to write music. All I listened to was
Mm.
Eminem. So picture like
Oh,
Eminem, but like super fucking watered down, and with no
yeah.
cuss words. That's Eminem. That was me in junior high. And like I never recorded, I never did anything like that. I would just write a lot.
Fair
And
enough.
then I kind of felt it was kind of immature. It was kind of stupid what I was writing about, and so I
Mm.
decided I was like, whatever, and I started making videos.
Yeah.
Obviously, I hit that grind really hard for the first half of my high school experience, and then um, like when I was a sophomore, or was it when I was?
Yeah.
It was more when I was a junior, like the beginning of my junior year. I was like 16, and I
Mm.
was dating this girl. I went over it in I don't know, one of the
I think
podcast
I think I
episodes.
know one. Yeah,
Maybe it was episode 9. I think I don't know.
I
Um,
think I actually watched that. I think that's one of the ones I watched.
yeah, I
I slightly
remember
remember that.
the opening gameplay was on the one ship, like the USS Texas or whatever it was from World War II.
Yeah.
Um,
What a game.
um, but that anyway, yeah, and I was in that relationship at the beginning of my junior year with this same girl for the second time, and sure enough, she
Yeah.
broke up with me shortly after that podcast for the second
Yeah.
time, and
See.
I took it fairly hard, to be honest. And looking back, I shouldn't have
Sure.
taken it as hard as I should have, but I did. So, and all I did was listen to music. I listened to a lot of Whit Lowry, a lot of Childish Gambino, a lot of NF. I listened to a lot of like much more like yeah, I'm a real rapper shit. Now I listen to literally everything. Like I shuffle
Yeah.
played my music the other day and I heard Florence and the Machine and then fucking Rage Against the Machine came on and then Wu-Tang Clan came on, and then Big Sean, and then Lil Yachty, and then like fucking Mumford and Sons came on. Like there was just, I
So,
listen to everything now.
some of these names I don't even know, to be honest.
Yeah, Florence and the Machine are
Oh,
it.
I do know.
They
Yeah.
are fantastic. I
Yeah.
like I can't put it into words. That is easily some of the best music you'll ever fucking listen to. Um, but anyway, yeah, they after she broke up with me, I spent a lot of time hanging out with my friends, a lot of time listening to music, talking about
Yeah.
music with my friends a lot, and I was like, and at that point, I think um I released my first song. It was called This Life. It's still on my second channel, and it's on my SoundCloud.
Yeah.
Um, it's also fucking horrible. When I started making music, I was so. This is I mean, still I don't know music theory that well, but at the time, I didn't know what rhythm was. I didn't like for the first like 10 songs that I made. Um, everybody was
Mm.
saying like, "Dog, your flow sucks. Like your flow is
Mm.
terrible." Like I think you maybe every now and then you have a lyric that's like, "Whoa, that was cool." Like, "Bitch, I'm fly, I don't stick landings." Like that was nice. However,
Mm.
it's your flow was not there, and I didn't know what they were talking about. I was like, "Dude,
Yeah.
what the fuck do you mean my flow is not there?" So I watched. It took one 5-minute YouTube video. I googled how to improve rap flow, and the first result, I clicked on it, and it was some white guy that was explaining that like your words are supposed to hit on the snare hits in the beat, and I literally didn't know that when I started making music.
Gee.
I didn't even
That's
know that. That is like, and like, cause I guess growing up for the first 16 years of my life, all I listened to was words. I didn't
yeah.
listen to the music at all, just the lyrics. And I can't, cause now when I listen to music, I listen to it and I
You
can hear
notice it.
I notice
Yeah.
I hear like the crazy like snare pattern that's going on and the 808 pattern and the melody and the synths and all that and the like
Yeah.
layered vocals. I can't understand how I used to listen to music. Like it's impossible for me now to backtrack and only listen to the words like that. I can't figure
Yeah.
out how I used to do it.
I
Um
think I think it's weird you say that actually because I was thinking that the other day, not the same thing obviously, but when I watch things like movies and stuff, and see covers, like I kind of link it to designing and editing, like all the stuff I've kind of learned in the community,
yeah.
um, and it's just crazy. I'm like, yo, that effect was kind of trash. That design, that cover, nah.
I know I do
Like,
that too when yeah, when I see album covers or something, and I'm like, because
yeah,
I spent a lot of time making thumbnails, and I know a little bit about that now, and I was like,
yeah.
yo,
Like when it kind of ruins some things as well. I don't know if you've had this, but like when I go back and watch old movies that I used to like as well, I've noticed things that I didn't notice before, things I don't like now.
oh
And
yeah,
you probably noticed that as well, like you said with your music as well. You just notice things that you didn't even think about before. It's crazy.
yeah, like um, w- as I've gotten older too, I've especially with movies, I can have a much deeper appreciation for them. Like Star Wars
Yeah.
is so much fucking better now, and I always liked Star Wars growing up, but now that I'm older and I can understand the plot better, it's
Mm.
so much better. It's so
I've
crazy.
never watched it.
What the fuck,
I've never
dog?
watched Star Wars.
That's insane. Cause that is such a cultural staple in the universe, in the world. Everybody knows Star Wars. Um,
Hmm.
yeah,
Nah,
it's.
I'm a big Harry Potter fan, to be honest.
I've never seen Harry Potter.
Oh, that
For
is
what it's worth.
disgusting. No, no. Alright, good night. Good night, ladies.
I've never seen Lord of the
Oh,
Rings or
God.
anything either.
Oh, I've never seen that. No.
um, but yeah. So anyway, I started making music, and I think I was 16. I released This Life, and my timeline might be a little off. But after I had released This Life under the name Havoc, um,
Yeah.
that it was after that I made that video called Walmart Roses. And
I think I remember that.
yeah, and I might be tripping. That might have happened. That song might have came after that, but I was definitely working on it already at that point.
Yeah.
And so which also Walmart Roses is probably the most immature video I could have ever made. That video is so embarrassing now. Um, but yeah, and so I did that. I started making music, and after Walmart Roses, I was like, you know what? Fuck Moomade. Fuck that
Yeah.
guy. And I just, cause in my head at the time, and still in my head now, more in my head now really, is I look back on like the legacy of quote unquote Moomade, and it was like
Yeah.
it was this kid who had like these huge dreams and aspirations, but didn't have
Mm.
the work ethic to match his dreams and aspirations.
Yeah.
And I remember Moomade as being this kid that he spent all his time playing Call of Duty, and he was really fucking sad all the time. And so I was like, it was in an attempt to like distance myself from that.
Mm.
I just sloped off the face of the planet, and I made a new Twitter, I made a new Instagram, and then I made a new channel, and I just went
Yeah.
totally dormant on the Mume channel, and it sat in silence for like a year.
Yeah.
But the funny part is, I don't know if Taco has ever told you this. Taco knew
Mm.
about my music from the very beginning.
Yeah. Nah, he told me. Yeah, I was. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
He told me. I think what's weird is like hearing the way you kind of explain like how you felt during your videos at that current time, how you were as a person is like really weird because how I viewed it and I think how everyone else viewed it is very different. Um, I always used to watch your videos and be like, "Yo, this kid's so dope! Like, this kid's actually so dope." I used to watch. There was this one video. I think you went on a trip with your football team. Um,
Oh yeah,
I believe.
the getting phased up in Denver.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. I watched that. I was like, "Yo, that's what I want." Like, you literally had such a good group around you, kind of thing,
Yeah.
and like that's what I kind of envied. Like, nah, I've always kind of just been like working alone. That sounds really sad. But yeah, no, during secondary, like I had like a group of people I spoke to. I kind of spoke to a lot of people, a lot of dope people, but like I think I'm kind of closed off quite well. Like I don't really have anyone who's close to me, if that makes sense, within school. Like I just spoke to a lot of people and I was cool with a lot of people, and they still speak to me today, but we're not like close. I never really did that. Um,
Yeah.
the people closest to me are the people in the community. To be honest, people like Jensen, Corcoran, um, and yeah, I've even met up with Jensen now. Not Corcoran yet, but hey, it will happen.
Yeah. I know. I think about that. And it's funny you said that because I think about
Hmm.
that too, and I was like, I did a really fucking good job in my videos of
Yeah,
hiding that
yeah,
that's how I actually felt. Um, and so when I look back, I can see right through it, obviously. Um,
yeah,
but how you were saying how when I made the Denver vlog, and
yeah.
you were like, this is dope. I want that.
Hmm.
I literally had never been more sad in my entire life than I was at the
So
time of
weird
that
to me.
video.
That's so weird to me.
And like, I mean, sure, like once I was hanging out with my friends or the football team or whatever, I definitely shredded some of the like, fuck this life, you know. But
Yeah,
like, um, still like I just a lot of it too is the music I listened to and stuff, and so
yeah,
but yeah, I did, and I don't know, so just it's interesting to hear that because how you were saying how you talk to a lot of people and stuff, but uh
mm,
you uh you didn't have like a close group of friends. It's weird because
yeah.
like
It kind of sucks.
I
That's a,
I talked to like my fair amount of people, and obviously I was on the football team and stuff, but
yeah.
realistically I was completely fucking irrelevant in my real life.
Mm,
I have five I had well, I had four like really close friends by the end of high school, like
that's all you
really
need.
close friends. Yeah, and they were like some of the best friends that I'll ever have in my life. A couple of them
Yeah.
I've been friends with since the 4th and the 5th grade, respectively, and
Yeah.
but and like I have one that he just went into the army over the summer, and I have one that I work with, and he's gonna transfer schools because he goes to the same school as me.
Yeah.
He's gonna transfer schools, and he's gonna go to school in a different city that's like a 2 or 3 hour drive.
Mm.
And so he's gonna move away, and it'll be crazy. It's just crazy that cause like yeah, I was nobody in high school, like
I don't know.
nobody.
You say that, but like, I don't know. It doesn't seem like that to me.
I know, and
Like,
I did such a good job of masking that.
yeah. I mean,
um,
I don't know. I don't know. Your experience was definitely a lot different to mine. I think like that's quite clear anyway because I went to school in UK anyway. Schools are very different.
oh yeah, I'm sure
Um,
the entire experience, the atmosphere is different.
yeah, the way of life is just very different to be honest.
Oh yeah, like you were
Um,
talking about how it's a 45-minute walk. Hey,
that's that's the college. I mean, to secondary school, it takes me about an 8-minute walk.
okay. Yeah, but still, like, a 45-minute walk, that's fucking unheard of in America. You get in your car and you drive that far.
Yeah, I
No,
can't drive.
I know, but still, I mean, like, nobody walks 45 minutes. They'll get a ride or they can't go.
I get the bus to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So so when you said that, I was like, Jesus, you walk 45 minutes? Because I would never.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just spend a lot of my time, like, just driving. Just between,
Yeah.
I deliver pizzas, I have to drive to work all the time, I have to drive to school all the time. Um,
Mm.
I spend almost all my time in my car.
I don't have the money for the car insurance. That's why I'm not probably not gonna drive for a few years to be honest.
Yeah,
Um,
my
I
car
don't have a job.
my car
Like I said,
insurance is like $150 a month, I think.
yeah, it's 120 pounds a month here, so I think that's pretty much the same.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. So
sucks.
but yeah, and Colorado is one of the states that mandates that you have to have car insurance. There's some states where they don't require you to
Yeah,
have it.
no,
Um, so yeah, in that aspect, sometimes that would be kind of nice if I didn't have to pay it. But it's all fun and games till I get in
yeah,
an accident. Um,
for
so
sure.
but yeah, I don't know. I I just I don't know. I in that effort to distance myself from Moomaid, I just cut off ties to like you and Jensen and
Yeah,
all the Heat people, Twammers that I was friends with, and all of his friends that I was friends with, like Volterapol and Burning Z. I bet you they're still
yeah,
listening to this fucking thing. The Lord Siegel guy Lemon McGee, motherfucker. Yeah,
it's
Corcoran,
crazy.
all them that I just like, fucking, like
Real ones.
the other day, I saw it was like I don't know. It was like a related video on one of Taco's videos. I have no idea how I stumbled across it. I came across Relex's channel,
Oh yeah,
and that was like a suppressed ass memory. I remembered Relax, and I was like, holy shit. I was like, damn. And when I made the new Twitter, I had like 300 or 400 followers on my old Twitter. Made the new
yeah,
Twitter, struggling to get 50 followers on it now. Like I had such a big community and big
yeah,
group of friends online and stuff. None of them were close friends, but like
yeah,
and so I just cut it off, and then I think I was inactive for a year
yeah.
almost, and then I released LMAO, and that was
Mm.
still when I didn't know what a flow was, and I privated that video the other day. Um, but it was just like a little 40-second like teaser song with the sun emoji and the down emoji for
Yeah,
2019. And then yeah, so I guess I did that at the very end of 2018. Because yeah, then 2019 rolled around, and I don't know when it was. It was in the first half of the year for sure, I think.
yeah,
I changed Moomaid to Sundown. I changed what was my Sundown channel to Sundown Music and branded it as my second channel.
yeah,
And then I just came back. I made that video, and I was like, I'm back. And I was like, hi,
yeah.
motherfuckers. And
That was a big surprise, honestly.
I know, and everybody, and like, and it felt so good. Everybody in the comments was like, "Yo, I missed you so much. Oh God, I missed your videos," and I was in such a happier place because me and my girlfriend have been together for like a year,
Yeah.
and I was figuring out music. I had released an EP, like a 6-track EP, and I was working on music, getting much better at it, and I was in a
Yeah.
good place. I was about to graduate high school. Um, and I was like, shit, dude, hell yeah, here I am. Here I am about to graduate, and now I'm an adult. Welcome back. And I just kind of
That's
like
crazy.
tried to thrust myself back into it, but yeah, because I took like that year-long hiatus, 14-month
Yeah.
hiatus, however long it was. I was gone forever. When I left, Heat Rising had like 400 or 500 subscribers, and then
So much has
I
changed.
know I came back like a fucking 1,000 subscribers and shit, and I was like, damn, when the fuck? And I was like scrolling through, and there's all these fucking videos introducing all these people. I was like, who the fuck are all these people? And I was scrolling through, looking at that shit. Scrolled to the bottom, and my breaking the monotony videos are still there. And I was like,
Yeah, we're not
yo.
taking them down. Honestly, best videos on the channel. I think I think we should speak about that actually. Heat, because like there's probably so many questions you actually have in your head because so much has changed. It's been like what 3 years, 3 years, 3 years, 2 years, something like that.
Yeah, and
Crazy.
yeah, like for real, yeah, it was like, I mean, obviously it wasn't overnight because it was like a year gap, but it felt like overnight it just fucking erupted, and it was like a real
Yeah,
fucking brand and shit. And there was like a
yeah,
million fucking people. Like every day I'm scrolling through my timeline and I see like Heat Taco, like the tweet from, and it's some other fucking Heat member that I've never fucking heard of and shit. And
yeah.
I'm
Like
always like, dude, who the fuck? I was like, cause like I guarantee that none of these motherfuckers know who I am, and I was one of those OG motherfuckers.
yeah. Like I think right now I'm trying to think of people who you would actually know within Heat. I can't think of anyone other than Jensen.
Yeah,
Oh, and
Jensen
Taka.
and Taco. Yeah, the
That's it.
leads. There was Techers.
He's not in Heat.
He's
You
not
know
in.
Dan's
Dan's is.
Jensen Taka. That's it.
There's one that pops up on my timeline a lot. His name starts with a T, maybe. God, now I'm drawing a blank.
Turk.
Turk. Yes, Turk. I recognized. I might just be
Oh,
tripping.
you might reckon he grinded for Heat. Yes, I think you should know him actually. He grinded for Heat for about 2 years. That's something you missed out on. He
Damn.
grinded, I think, while you were in Heat. Yeah, it must have been because it was way back in the day. Um,
Yeah.
he was grinding for Heat and he actually joined Heat. I announced him on stream. I surprise recruited him. Shout out to Turk. He's actually the meme of the team. Like we bully him a lot in the chat. I feel really bad for him, but yeah. Hey, shout out to
and
Turk. I actually really love the dude. I really do.
and there was there was one other one. Is Wara still in the team?
War is in the team.
And
Yes, you know War.
Foxeter still in the team?
No, Fox does not. Corcoran's not.
Yeah, I remember seeing that tweet when Corcoran left, and I was like, "Holy shit!" Like
Yeah,
I'm not in Heat, obviously, fucking
yeah.
obviously, and
It hit
I,
everyone.
I know, I felt my fucking, it felt like my world shattered around me. I was like, "Holy
Yeah,
shit, that's insane."
yeah. I have a funny story about Corcoran leaving actually. So in in Heat, we had a Heat PayPal where we pay for projects, edits, everything, um, and he controlled that. Like he owned it, um, and obviously when he left, he didn't want to have access to the money anymore because it's just not right, really.
Yeah, that's
Um,
unethical.
yeah, so he sent all the money to this PayPal at the time, which I was using, which wasn't mine. It was connected to my mum. He sent all the money to that, and he always sends messages on when he's sending money, so he knows where the money went. He's, like if he looks back on it,
Okay.
um, and it said something like "left heat, here's the money" or something. And when I woke up, I got woken up I think at like I don't know 11 a.m. or something on the weekend, and my mom's like, "Oh, Corcoran left heat. Are you okay?"
Oh my
You
gosh.
good? Yeah, bro. It's crazy.
Yeah, 'cause
Crazy, crazy.
I know that was crazy when he said that, and I remember I replied to his tweet. I don't remember what I said exactly, but
Mm,
I was like, damn. I was like, sorrows are felt from Moo Maid. It's like
yeah.
I was like, Sundown is like, that sucks. Damn. Moo Maid is like, fuck, really?
Yeah.
um, cause
It's crazy.
yeah, that was I know I was like, damn, cause he was another OG. Cause
Mm,
I remember, cause like I've gone back and I've watched I'm like the Call of Duty community, the sniping community. None of that shit is really me anymore. Montages, like
yeah.
I mean they're really fucking cool. I can appreciate the craft, but like I don't fucking get
Oh
them.
yeah.
I don't get them like I used to.
Yeah, for sure.
So like I watch them, and like I would watch like something that Corcoran edited, and I was like, damn, he got good. Cause
Yeah,
I
he improved
remember
a lot.
I remember when you guys started, he was not an editor. He was just like, yeah, I'll be the
Yeah.
editor, and just had to
Yeah.
make himself learn how. And I remember they were so shitty. They were so fucking
Yeah.
bad.
He improved so much.
And I remember
He had
thinking that,
to quit everything, and it's crazy. He quit editing. He edits in his free time here and there. I think he told me today he took a project from a client, but he doesn't like he doesn't really edit properly anymore, and that's why he left Heat. He's got university coming up um to be a doctor, which is crazy. Like fair play to him. Like big shout out. I don't blame him at all for leaving Heat. I got a lot of respect for him, honestly. He's done
yeah,
so much for the team. Um, yeah, I can't thank him enough, honestly, for what he's done for me. He's helped me out a lot, more than he knows.
yeah, cause if you look at it to a certain extent, cause you are like the founder, that is your whole
Yeah,
fucking life. But for some
yeah,
of us, like for me, it was like, I mean, I still think it's a really fucking cool thing. But like for me, it was like this thing that I was into in high school, and then I don't know, I just had other shit come up, and
yeah,
I Corcoran was the same way, and it's just crazy that how it was just like at the time it was like, damn, this Heat shit, this is the shit, dog, this shit going, and it's going far, and like I'm not, don't think that I'm saying it's not by any means, but it's
oh
just
yeah,
crazy how now so many people that were saying that, like, yeah, we're gonna take this Heat shit to the top, are like fucking
yeah,
non-existent anymore.
yeah. It's crazy. A lot of people like things just move on. Like Foxstar had a similar thing to that actually to Corcoran as well. I think he wants to be a doctor as well. That's crazy. Yeah, he does. He's in university already. Um, training in the Netherlands. Shout out to my guy.
Wow.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
because I remember Foxeter and Wara or Wara, I don't know, whatever. I said that the
Yeah.
same way twice. Um, he, they, both of them, they watched the podcast a lot. I remember.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
actually, for I don't know if Foxter still is listening, but if he's out
I
there,
feel like he will. I feel like he will.
part of me feels like he might. Which is crazy that I'm talking directly to somebody that may or may not be hearing this. But Foxter, if you were watching this, just know that the comment that you left on the beautiful podcast show episode 9. I
Mm,
don't remember exactly what the comment was. It was kind of this long thing about like, dog, this is awesome. Keep doing you, bro. Whatever the fuck, that kind of
I
shit.
saw that.
That comment, um, that was, that has been my lock screen on my phone for like
That's
months
crazy.
now. That, like since I did the Sunset episode 1, and I kind of was reflecting on the other podcasts, and I came across that comment again, and I was like, damn, gee, this is like some of the most inspiring shit that I've ever seen. So it is my lock screen even now.
That's crazy. I love that man so much. Shout out to Simon. Like similar thing. Like
Yeah, I
yeah.
just,
I mean yeah. He wasn't a lead, obviously. He didn't help me in the same ways that Corcoran did. But like as a person, he's so great.
yeah,
Like
and he was
I
fucking good
remember.
too.
Yeah, he's crazy at what he did. Back in the day, I remember we had like the odd argument about like dumb stuff about clips, like who even cares? Like we kind of just joked about it, joked it off, but like he's a super dope guy.
Yeah.
Super dupe. Jesus. I'm struggling out here.
Yeah, that comment got me through my first semester of college right now that I was struggling so heavy with, because that wall of depression hit pretty damn hard, because that first semester of college kind of hit me in the face. There was a lot more self-reliance and shit that I was not really prepared for. And I came out of fucking nowhere, and so I was reflecting pretty strongly on my old days, and like how I was really sad, but I was good at faking it and shit, but I was like, damn, those were the glory days. I mean, now I like me now a lot more than I did then.
Yep.
But yeah, cause like I don't know, I take music so much more serious than I ever took videos, and that's crazy. Cause for a while, I was video guy. I am not afraid to say this. I don't care what this makes me sound like. I know with 100% certainty that for a minute at least, I was the best fucking video creator in Heat. No cap.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And I felt completely and I knew it at the time too. Even I was like, damn, I'm the best fucking one. But I looking back, and like I took videos seriously when I made them. I wanted to make sure they were good, and but it's nothing compared to like how seriously I take like making music and shit.
Yeah, I think you've just like found your passion, to be honest.
I know, cause like I do really like making videos still. Even like I made that Kmart video, like a month ago now, and that was fun. That was like, it's really fun to put together videos now. It's a lot more fun since I got this new computer, cause my old computer, it would take me probably triple the amount of time that it takes on this computer to edit, because my computer was so slow and bogged down and infected with so many viruses and shit that the videos wouldn't hardly load so that I could know where to cut them even. Like the Best of Moo 2016, I stayed up for like 42 hours straight while I made that video. And then the Best of Moo 2017 took me like 4 days. I slept, but like I would go to bed, wake up, make the video all day, go to bed, wake up. And like now to make a video of that same quality, I could make that video now in a day, you know?
Yeah.
It's so much easier now to edit, which makes editing feel like not quite as much of an obstacle, and I'm way more interested in videos again. But it's just tough because it's tough to split my time between going to work, going to school, music, videos, my girlfriend, my friends. It's just I have so many fucking things. And can I just say too, I wanted to say it publicly that this is I love my girlfriend very much. She's terrific. But I will say that when you are a musician, especially when you're a fucking rapper and you have a girlfriend, that's tough. Because it is tough to rap about fucking your bitch. It's tough. Yeah. Because you can't. Because she listens to my music, and I mean, I don't really give a fuck. Like, I had Registered Flex Offender, that EP, and I did. It was me, like, almost like playing a character, just mindlessly flexing the ice on my wrist and fucking your bitch and in the back of the whip and whatever. And that just, like, mindless stuff. And, I mean, it's not like she minds, you know? But, like, something, like, when I hear Lil Yachty, for instance, say, fucking your bitch, knowing that he's not in a relationship, oh, he might actually be fucking my bitch, you know? So it just has a lot more validity to it. And also, so I can't make like fucking your bitch songs. And to go along with that, I can't make breakup songs. Cause obviously I haven't felt like breakup since I was 16. And I would definitely react differently. And I think that would be kind of weird if I made a song talking about like, I miss you, girl, and like when I'm still with my girlfriend, she'd be like, dude, who the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, trust. Yeah, I mean, as well, if it blew up, you have like interviews.
I know, like Lil Tecca.
What's the message behind the song?
Lil Tecca did that shit. He put out Ransom, and he's like, I got black, I got white, what you want, talking about like all of his like hoes in the Phantom and whatever. And then he did the Genius interview breaking down the lyrics, and he's like, I have a girlfriend, I don't have hoes, I don't have a Phantom, and I was like, you motherfucker, because like obviously every rapper lies to an extent. Um, if you want your music to sound good, because like realistically, I don't have shit to brag about. That's why I made Respectful, like my most recent public song.
Yeah.
Is because I was like, what the fuck do I have to brag about? Because I don't have a lot of money. Um, I I spend all of it on college. I was like, I don't fuck hoes because I just have one girlfriend, and I'm like, so what the fuck can I talk about? And then I thought about it for a minute, and then that's where I came up with the like I said in Respectful at the end of kind of the first half of the verse, where I said, after the dance we hopped in my neon and went to my room, hopped under the blankets and made a cocoon. We didn't fuck, but we did get the spoon. um I was like, that's one thing that I guess I can brag about that nobody else can, is that I get to cuddle. Shit like that. So I think about that. I've incorporated a lot more stuff that I can safely brag
Yeah,
about on this album. I have plenty of bars about like cuddling, like I'm with my bitch and I'm with my bitch and we cuddled up. This year I'm coming up. I have a lot more shit like that. Not like, but that's not to like discredit it. I have some serious undertones in plenty of songs, but it's
yeah,
I tried to make it funnier when I am bragging. I tried to make it funnier because
for sure.
nothing's that funny about bragging about the ice on your wrist when you don't have ice on your wrist. Even when you have ice on your
Yeah,
wrist, bragging about it isn't funny.
yeah,
It's just like, okay, yeah, you're right, you do. But hearing them say, because most people talk about slapping hoes and whatever, and then I'm talking about how like I'll get my shoes dirty to carry them through the puddle and shit, and like that's so much more, I think, real. Um,
yeah,
but I don't know. Yeah, that's my philosophy at least.
yeah. I get you.
Um, but yeah, I don't know. The podcast had such a huge influence on a lot of like my friends that were in Heat, and I always felt
Yeah,
bad when I quit doing YouTube. More than anything, because I quit doing the podcast. Um,
yeah,
because I know that even like before I totally went all ghost, me and Jensen had talked in DMs about
yeah.
hopping on the podcast together, and very shortly after is when I just totally fucking poof. And I still feel
Yeah,
bad about that.
he spoke to me about that today actually. I spoke to him earlier before this call. Um he still wants to do it, bro.
He still wants to do it. Bet
Yeah.
Jensen, if you're listening to this, you probably are, because if you care about being on the podcast, you probably listen to it. I guarantee you'll listen to this one because you're in it. Um, Jensen, I am down to make that damn podcast. Hit me up in DMs. We'll get it set up. I'll
Yeah.
probably not immediately because I want to space these out plenty. If I just fucking oversaturate these goddamn podcasts, nobody will give a fuck about them. But like sometime next month or something, fucking hit my ass up. Cause
Trust me, if he's watching this, he's only watching it for you, trust me. He doesn't care about me. I promise.
um, but yeah, there was I don't know. I guess there was one big question that I had in regards to Heat.
Yeah,
Um,
for sure.
and that was uh kind of this might I don't know. I'm trying to word it so it doesn't sound douchey. I don't mean it douchey.
No, no,
Um,
it's fine. Just whatever
I'm
comes out.
I'm trying to ask, like, why do you care about it so much?
Why do I care about?
That's kind
I
of
believe
broad, but
so. No, no, no. It's a good question. The reason why I care about it so much is like the way I see it is like everyone within Heat right now. Like I see them as like really, really talented people. And I think people on the outside see them as really talented people. Our viewership sees them that way as well. Um, I really just want to build a platform to make these people grow. Like that's what people don't understand as well with Heat. A lot of people grow teams uh, for their own financial gain um, and their own development. The reason why I'm doing it is because like these people in Heat, they're like my friend group. That is my friend group. So like I'm I'm basically just trying to grow my friend group's following. Like I care a lot about that. I want to give them an opportunity. I want a lot of people to be able to see them. I want people to grind for this team. That's one of the best feelings in the world. Seeing people grinding for what you've created. Having people like I've had people grind for Heat for years, and that's one of the best feelings I've ever felt. Um, yeah, like it really shows that you've done something. Um, I really just do believe in the brand. We're doing a lot of things at the moment that we've never done before. I feel like this year will probably be our best year ever, without a doubt. Without a doubt. Things we've put in place is mind blowing to me.
Damn, that's that was a good ass answer. Holy shit. Um, yeah, cause
Like,
I don't know, cause like I do, and I don't see it as like oh yeah, that was that Call of Duty team I was in. I see it as like it's like this organization that has like a bunch
yeah,
of fucking people, and it was crazy that you mentioned that it was a lot of it is to help uh, all your friends gain a following in a
yeah.
way.
These are my friends.
Um, because when I think about it, that's a true ass statement.
Sure.
Just fucking having Heat in my name.
Yeah,
Heat Moomaid grew so much better than Moomaid did.
yeah,
And it was I think about that a lot. I was like, that's crazy that fucking just being
yeah,
um just by having the tag in your name can
yeah.
make all the difference.
Like, especially this year as well. I really want to, by the end of the year, get it to the point where it really does help the person within the team. I'm really trying to give them like benefits with like of being in the team as well as growth. I want them to give them like the opportunity to have the support. Like I help a lot of my members with tweets, ways to market themselves, because I've learned a lot about that in the last like few years. Um,
That's probably what I
and
struggle with the most is just marketing my shit.
yeah, I'll have to help you with that for sure. Um, I know a lot about that actually, and we actually have music artists in Heat. Um, like yeah, we have two artists at the moment, which is kind of dope. We're
Oh
able to
yeah.
do a lot of stuff with
Uh,
them. Mm,
it's funny. Every now and then I get a text from Taco, like on Snapchat or
mm,
Twitter or whatever, and he just
yeah,
says, "Dog, hurry up and drop your damn album so the Martia will recruit you to Heat."
yeah. He actually says that to me as well. He's like, "Yo, you're recruiting him after this, right?"
After the album, right? Right. Um,
Yeah. No, like I picked up so we have two at the moment, like I said. Um these one of them's does like local shows in like bars and stuff. He has like video clips on his Twitter of him doing shows. He's growing a lot recently. He's kind of in the gaming scene as well. Um I feel like what he does is dope. Um Same with the other guy really. Um just want to show that we're like entertainers as well as like gamers. Like we've really um developed into like anything. Like we're open to anything. That's really what I'm trying to say.
okay. Yeah, cause like, you did that even. I remember you doing that. You know, it was like 2 years ago or some shit. Now, when you gave me that opportunity to have the little mini series, breaking the
Yeah,
monotony and shit, because you were making an attempt at branching out from being just Call of Duty
yeah.
sniping. Like we can do
Something
other
new.
shit. Like, didn't you guys make a fucking Titanfall montage
Yeah, I
recently?
wanted to speak about that. Like we literally just like tested something new. We wanted to like see how people take it. Obviously, we're in quite a toxic community, so I thought there was gonna be a lot of backlash about that. But the video did great. I actually marketed it in different ways to ways I've done any other video. Um, and it literally did exactly what I wanted. Um, it reached a whole new audience. It got
Oh,
55 likes in a week, which is like crazy. That's tops a lot of the episodes, the COD episodes we have on Heat. I had a lot of feedback from people in the Titanfall community because the reason why I started it was because I noticed recently they had such a big player base and there's no teams making montages on it. Like that's not a thing. If you type up Titanfall montages now, you'll see a couple of big faces who make their own kind of episodes. They're not highly edited. They're kind of videos they've made themselves that are decent, but there's no teams like highlighting it. So I kind of saw a gap in the market and I did my best to fill it. I got a proper editor on it, and I think it came out pretty good to be honest. Got
Yeah.
some good feedback,
Yeah, I don't know
and yeah,
shit about Titanfall, and I just, in general, I don't watch a whole lot of videos anymore.
yeah,
I don't have time in my day to just sit down and watch shit. So I did not
yeah.
watch it myself, but I remember seeing
That's fine.
the tweet about it, and I was like, damn. I was like, that's a fucking Titanfall montage? I was like, you're shitting me.
For real.
I was like, who the fuck? Because I didn't even know people still fucking played Titanfall. That's how
Yeah,
fucking out of it I
exactly.
am.
It's a 2-year-old game or something at least. Like it seems like a pretty dead game, and the community for it is so dead. But people, it came out on PS Plus for free the other day, so there were so many people playing the game, and I was like, I was trying to think of ways I could target them and bring them to the channel. Um, and I said about marketing it differently. I actually used Reddit for this one. Um, I posted it on Reddit. I think it got like 50 upvotes, and I've never posted it on Reddit in my life. 50 upvotes, and like I don't know if you use Reddit, but yeah, that's
Yeah,
kind of crazy for my first vote,
the
my
Reddit
first post. I mean,
Reddit is this thing that like I've always heard like Reddit is fucking crazy, and I've
mm,
never been on it.
yeah, neither had I. I literally I got told by someone in my management team to use it for marketing. I was like, all right, I'll give it a shot. I downloaded it and I posted this one thing in the Titanfall community,
Well, fuck,
and like,
I know exactly
yeah,
where to go with my fucking album when I drop that.
hey, I shouldn't have released that information. That's very,
That's top
very
secret.
low key tips. I have a lot of tips, honestly.
um,
Um, I'm not gonna help anyone though. I'm selfish.
10 minutes ago, you were like, "Yeah, I do it all for everybody else. I'm into helping my friends," and then, nah, fuck that. I'm
No,
just selfish.
I actually do help people, but I have a big problem with that as well. I got like trust issues. Like when I bring in like management and leads, like I know so much, like I can help them with, but sometimes I'm like, do I want to help this person? Because like there's always that chance that they'll leave Heat, and then they've just gained all this knowledge from me, and they've bettered themselves so much from me, and they've kind of just used me.
Right.
Like so, like I'm very cautious about that, even with like some people in Heat now. I'm not even gonna lie, like you got to be careful with that.
And I'm sure too that to an extent it's like yes, obviously you're in it to help out all your friends and stuff, but
Yeah.
ultimately you want to help out your friends as long as they're helping you build the Heat brand in return,
Oh
right?
yeah, they help me by like doing what they do at the moment, like by doing what they love, by streaming, by playing their game, whatever they do. It's as simple as that.
Yeah, cuz the more I mean, obviously at a point it's like too much and ridiculous, but in my head at least, to an
Mm.
extent, the more Heat members you have, that's the more just Heat that you see on random timelines, and then just
Yeah,
the name Heat is out there much more often.
yeah. I think like there's loads of things you have to keep in mind when like owning an org. There's lots of things we do. Um, like I think the first 2 years I'll go back and do like a timeline. First like 2 years of Heat, I think you know this story. Like it started with like a group of friends from school. Um, two of my friends IRL. Um, and we were just having fun. Like I watched phase montages, like you probably did as well. Just watched phase montages, and I we did our thing.
Hell yeah.
Um, and we just kept growing and growing. I think I got really lucky. Like I picked up Foxtor, Jensen, Corcoran early stages, and we all improved so much. Um, and helped get Heat to where it is today, to be honest. And near the end of last year is when we really started making it a business thing and changing the course of how we're doing everything. And that's what this year is. This is the first full year where we're going hard. We're doing everything proper. We're doing like an actual organization. We know what we're doing. We set up a whole scheme for this year, and like it's crazy. It's crazy, man. Wait for summer heat. Summer heat's gonna be the best heat. Promise.
That's gonna be a nice fucking play on words. I swear to God, you gotta make that a fucking hashtag. I'll tweet it right now. Hashtag summer heat. But yeah, that's gonna be. I don't know. Hearing you talk about it makes me really excited. Same as how like I hear when I would like tell like my friends or something. Like I have this one friend, who he's always been my.
I'm really sad that just cut out.
Did it? I can. It sounded like you cut out a little bit.
Yeah,
whatever.
I kind of finished my sentence and then I didn't hear what you.
Yeah, it was. I know it sounded like you finished your sentence, and I was like, shit. I guess I'm supposed to say something now. But yeah, I was just kind of rambling because I didn't even know if you could hear me. But no, I have this one friend in my my real life who he's always been as long as I've been doing music because he's really interested in music and listening to music. He's like Anthony Fantano. And as long as I've been making music, he's always been my hardest critic. Not because he's trying to be like, this is fucking ass. Fuck you, quit. But he's always told me, he's like, yeah, dog, I can see it going somewhere. He's like, you're almost really good, and every time you make something, I want to tell you how it can get better. So that, and honestly, there's been plenty of times where the way he tells me how it can get better makes me want to punch him in the fucking nose. Because sometimes he can be a fucking dick about it. But I know that ultimately he is trying to help me improve. And I was getting into it with one of my friends about it. Not getting into it like fighting, but I was telling one of my friends about this huge problem that I have with Whit Lowry and his fan base as a whole, and how he's surrounded by yes men. And I was thinking I was probably gonna make my own video on it, because it's insane. It's like fucking crazy looking. It's like so eye opening. But he doesn't have like the friend I have where he's like, dog, that fucking sucks. Make it better. He doesn't have that guy to push him. He just has a bunch of like followers that are like, dog, this is way better than your last thing. And but because I have my friend who tells me like, yeah, that shit sucked, here's what you can do better next time. Every time I make a song, my girlfriend tells me that every time I make a song for my album and I play it for her, I'm like, what do you think of this? She tells me this every time I play unreleased shit for my friends, whatever. Literally every new song I show them, they tell me, they're like, yeah, dog, that was better than your last one, and your last one was better than that one. It's like you can literally see the progress. You can see improvement with each individual track.
You gotta link me some of these, low key.
I have them all on Google Drive. I might have to. I might link you something unreleased in Twitter DMs or something.
You're gonna have to, bro. You're gonna have to.
Yeah, cause it's gonna be fucking great. But I'm worried that by the time I'm done writing the album and I finished it, that the last song that I make for it is gonna be so much better than the first song that I made for it, that I'm gonna have to go back and change the first half of my production. And I think that definitely, like, upon making a few more songs and stuff, I've heard instances in these older songs that I've made that are gonna be for this album that I'm like, damn, that bar was whack as fuck. That bar was dumb. Like, I have this bar where I said, I'm the boss and you're not on the payroll, and I was like, that's fucking retarded. Stuff like that I just know I need to get rid of. But yeah, like, I appreciate his criticism so much. He's a feature. He's gonna be on the album.
That's cool.
The title of the track is HMO1.
Mm-hmm.
which is
What's that mean?
HMO1 is it means hidden machine number one. Hidden machine number one is from Pokemon, and it is cut. It is the move cut.
Mm.
So the it's we named the track after a bar where the bar is HMO1 with the best in the cut. So and
No.
we said that and I was like, fuck it. Dude, honestly I have so many fucking bars about Pokemon. Like I would say that I have one every other song. Like homie this at Lit and Flow, Haxorus this rap shit cuz I'm gonna break the mold. Like just all kinds of shit. Um and it sounds but honestly Pokemon bars just sound so fire. Um but yeah, the I don't know. I just and that's what I've noticed with Heat as a brand too is that like
Mm.
um while I was in it certainly, but especially after I left and came back, just every time that I see something new,
Yeah,
it's fucking better than the last thing that I saw.
I'm glad about that.
Yeah, coming from like an outsider perspective who really cuz like a lot of your viewers, a lot of the people who will watch your shit, a lot of the people who will hate on your shit are people who
Yeah,
are in the Titanfall community, the Call of Duty community, whatever.
yeah,
And they'll be the people to be like, yeah, that was good or that was shitty. But I think that there's something
yeah,
to be said from a total outsider perspective, like
for
coming from
sure.
me, a
Yeah,
guy who doesn't know shit about it, and I can watch it and be like, damn, that was tight, you know. And so that's why I've always appreciated like criticisms from like my friend because he doesn't make music himself, but he knows what good music should sound like. You know, like anybody, you hear a bad song, even if you've never made a song before, you hear a bad song and you know what it should sound like.
can you hear me?
Oop, yeah, are we good now? There we go. All right, there we go.
It's
Yeah,
going crazy, bro.
yeah, cut out for a second there. It's all good. I'll cut out that silence. I wrote the timestamp on my hand.
Alright, cool, cool, cool.
There we go. In fucking Sharpie like an idiot, but whatever. Yeah, but I don't know. It's nice to have like I have that friend who has an outsider perspective. He doesn't make music
Yeah,
himself, but he knows like anybody, you hear a bad song and you know it's a bad song.
yeah,
So you can tell it's easy to be like, "Yo, this was not good," you know? And he doesn't do that
yeah,
anymore. Like Good Morning Say It Back or like some of my old shit that's so trash. Like god off, like fucking horrible.
yeah.
He like I put out Good Morning Say It Back just in the middle of the
Mm.
night one time, and then the next day at school, he was like, "Dog, that was fucking horrible." He's like usually I try and be nicer about it, but that was literally your worst song. That was terrible. Um,
Rough.
and I was like, "Oh, that's,"
Yeah,
I was like, "That's rough." And I mean, now looking back on it, I completely agree. It's fucking horrible. But
yeah.
it's
Okay.
it's crazy to look back on like the vengeance montages for instance
Oh yeah,
and shit because like they're bad, terrible fucking clips with the exception there's like a couple in there that'll be like some real fucking gems. There were like I
yeah,
would say there were probably like 2 3 clips in each montage that were like whoa, you know, but for the most part it's shit that wasn't good enough to be in Heat montages.
yeah. Like a lot of people in that touch as well. Like they've gone on to actually be pretty good players. It's fun.
I know what.
Like even Corcoran, bro. I don't know if you saw this on Twitter, but he posted this World War II file on the other day, all singles.
Holy shit. Yeah, no,
He's actually pretty good now.
World War
Loki.
Two. World War Two was like the last Call of Duty that I really got into. I didn't even buy Black Ops
Yeah,
4.
yeah,
Um,
it's awful.
and Modern Warfare I bought like maybe a few weeks after it came out, and I think I'm
Mm,
level 30, 35. I
mm,
don't know. I just never play it. I don't have time to play it. Partly because since I got a Switch and I got a Super Nintendo like mini classic thing,
ooh,
I
love to get.
yeah, I spend all my time now. I play Mario Odyssey. I need to buy Breath of the Wild really bad. But me and my girlfriend beat Mario Odyssey recently. I'm playing
Mm,
through Super Metroid. Um, so
that's
I have all these other games right now that I'm playing through, and I don't know. I just the first person shooters and shit, they just don't quite hit the same anymore.
yeah, like oh, man, I think uh, uh, literally Nintendo, they do the best job.
Yeah, Nintendo fucking kills it. They are so
Yeah,
fucking
that was my
consistent.
childhood. Like a lot of people started with like PlayStations when they were younger, like, and I actually did have PlayStations. Like I had PS1, PS2, but my main kind of thing I played was 3DS.
Really?
Like, yeah, I went hard on that. Like, I think what I played most was actually like Lego City Undercover. That was my life.
Holy shit. That's
There
crazy
was
because
Sims
like
Pets as well. I've
uh
never told people about that really in the community because like that's way before. But yeah.
that's crazy because I have a 3DS. I don't know where it is. It's
Mm,
laying around here somewhere. I bought a 3DS. I
yeah.
I mowed lawns all summer. One year, like all summer, I grinded so hard mowing lawns.
Mm,
And at the end of the summer, I bought a 3DS and I bought
mm.
Pokemon X.
I've never
Um,
played Pokemon, bro.
Really, Pokemon's one of
Yeah.
those games where it's fucking awesome, but
Mm,
it's only awesome because I grew up playing it.
yeah.
You won't get the same enjoyment out of it if you try and get into it when you're older.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, I get that.
and same now, like I've kind of hit my wall with Pokemon. Like I
Mm,
have Pokemon Sword, I think,
yeah.
or it might be Shield. I don't remember. My friends got it for me when they got me my Switch, and I haven't played it yet because I want to beat Super Metroid and shit before I start it, or I'll never finish
Yeah.
Metroid. Um, but I don't know shit about it. There's so many. There's gonna be so many Pokemon because it's Generation 8 now, and I didn't hardly
That's
play.
crazy.
I barely played 7. X and Y were Generation 6, and I beat X and I beat Y,
Hmm.
twice each. But they weren't nearly as memorable for me as like Pokemon Emerald or Pokemon Soul Silver, like the ones that were in my
Yeah.
formative years when I was a little kid. Like I think still either it's a toss up between Pokemon Soul Silver, and Black Ops 2.
Yeah. I
Um,
mean,
as
I actually did play Pokemon Go though.
Oh yeah, everybody did.
That was hard. That was literally my life,
Yeah.
bro.
Um, yeah, that it's a toss up between Pokemon Soul Silver and Black Ops 2 as to which game I have more playtime on ever. Those two games I've played more than any other video game I've ever touched. It's crazy because like as I've gotten older, Black Ops 2 memories slowly start to fade away, and it's kind of sad because like I
Yeah.
don't want them
I know
to,
it's
but
sad.
but
Yeah.
and like I was on Black Ops 3 the other day on my friend's account, and I was using I don't know some rifle or machine gun, whatever the fuck. And I was going hard. Like it was good. I was having fun. I was playing well. It was like this weird like innate thing where like I just picked up the controller and was still good at Call of Duty. Um
Yeah.
and when I was telling him about it, and I was like, yeah, on Black Ops 3, Black Ops 3 came out when I was a freshman in high school. I was 14 when it came out.
Yeah.
And I was like Prestige 8 or Prestige 9, I think, on multiplayer, and I was
Mm.
like Prestige 6 or something on zombies. Like I played it
Yeah.
like a lot.
I was a
Um
nerd on that game. I
like
was honestly a nerd.
yeah, and I so was I. Like I played it all the fucking time. And yet I don't remember it
It
hardly
can't.
at all. Are we good? We good?
I think so.
All right. There we go.
That was
That's
dumb as hell.
Yeah, that's probably God telling us, "Hey, asshole, you've been talking for 2 hours. Your computer's gonna fucking blow up." Um,
We actually have been talking a long while.
yeah, I'm looking at the recording time, and it's at like an hour and 50 minutes almost.
I don't know what you're gonna do with this, honestly. I think a lot of it's just ramble, but hey.
I don't know. That's pretty much what all of them are. And I only had like I have like an hour's worth of gameplay from assorted games to put on it, so I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do for that. Um, because I don't know if it looks shitty to just fucking put the thumbnail up the whole time. Because my computer can actually render videos now, so that feels cheap.
Hmm.
I definitely am only gonna put it at 30 FPS though. Fuck 60 FPS on this thing. It'll render for 3 fucking days.
Might as well.
Honestly, I might, cause fuck it. I can post the damn thing whenever the hell I feel like it. Ideally though,
Yeah.
I'll probably put it up tomorrow on Saturday, um, so that as many people, or maybe a week, so we could hype it up a little or something.
Maybe. I mean, honestly, I'm probably gonna hype it up after it comes out.
Oh yeah, that would probably make more sense. Because a podcast is a tough thing to be like, guys, you're gonna love this. Get ready, 2 hours of talking. You guys aren't gonna believe this shit.
I mean, it's not even like you can do it with it when it's like an interview kind of one, but like when it's something like where you're just talking, like not so much.
Yeah, right.
Like we're honestly just chilling. It's like we're not even doing our podcast. We're just talking to each other.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but that's probably my favorite part about these damn podcasts. It's just
Oh
it's
yeah,
so easy.
they're easy. Like I've just been chilling.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I'm feeling good. I feel pretty good.
Oh man, struggle. Um, um, um.
um.
Subscribe to Heat Rising.
Yeah, do that. Subscribe to Heat Rising. I will link Heat at the top of the description.
Yes.
And I will link your channel and your.
Don't link me. I'm irrelevant.
I'll link something in relation to him, his Twitter or something. I'll link Heat's Twitter.
Yeah.
I'll link a bunch of the Heat social media shit that you're supposed to fucking click on after you watch this.
Yes,
because
sir.
for anybody who has listened this far that doesn't know shit about Heat, doesn't know shit about me, whatever the
We're
fuck,
the best in the world.
we are the best. We are the best fucking content creators. But no, you should definitely check out more of Heat's shit because, like he said, he's got big shit coming. 2020 is his year. Now his vision is clear.
Of course. It's all our years, bro. All our years.
Hell yeah. And yeah, and like I said, I have an album coming out soon. Heat's got all kinds of big shit coming soon. Martia here has his own shit coming soon that he said he can't put into words, really.
Yes, sir.
So,
I can talk to you about that in a minute.
all right, but yeah, I don't know. Make sure you guys subscribe and shit. Subscribe because these will come out fairly frequently. As you can tell, I don't post that often. Maybe I post once every few weeks.
Outros are hard.
Oh shit, yeah. I don't know. I don't really have anything else to say. Make sure you subscribe, leave a like, share this with your friends. If you think it was profound, make sure you leave a comment. Comment your opinions.
I need to add something actually.
Okay, go ahead.
Also, I spoke to Moomade about this actually, or Sundown, whatever you want to call him. He's pretty cute anyway. Call him Henry, whatever. I'm actually gonna be starting my own podcast, and I will be having this man as a guest on mine as well, eventually someday. I don't care if he agrees to it or not. I'm bringing him. Yeah, we're doing another one. So yeah, look out for that for sure.
Hell yeah! Look out for the part 2 on
the part 2. I'll probably make it a bit more of an interview. I'll probably set up some questions so it's a bit different. We'll do it kind of a bit differently. Yeah.
Yeah, that would be cool, for sure.
For sure.
Yeah, so yeah, stay on the lookout for that. Make sure you guys stay up to date on our Twitter, Instagram. I don't fucking post on Instagram, but Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, all that shit. Follow my SoundCloud. Album dropping soon. Yeah, fucking. Yeah, hell yeah, we're on our fucking grind, I guess.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, with that being said, do you have anything else you would like to add?
Yeah. Goodbye.
Hell yeah. All right. All right. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all later.
Peace.
Goodbye.